And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight, we are watching and reacting to the 2022 Scotiabank CONCACAF League Draw. A big draw tonight. The final CONCACAF League draw ever, of course. This is the last CONCACAF League tournament before we have the Central American Cup, the Caribbean Cup, and Leagues Cup to qualify for the 2024 Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League, or it could just be CONCACAF Champions League. I don't know if they keep the sponsorship there. We'll see. They're acting like that may have to be changed. But Scotiabank CONCACAF League 2022, we have the draw tonight for the final CONCACAF League ever. Teams will find out their paths to try to be the team to retire this trophy. We shall see how this goes. Who will be the team to retire the trophy? Who will be the team to win this trophy? Who will be the 6 teams to qualify to next year's CONCACAF Champions League through this tournament? Tonight, we will find out how these plays have to go, how these teams have to go to play this tournament. Teams are as follows in the preliminary round pots. In pot 1, the seeded teams in the preliminary round: Alajuelense FC, LD Alajuelense of Costa Rica, former champions; Comunicaciones FC of Guatemala, the reigning champions; Real España of Honduras, Sporting San Miguelito of Panama, CD Aguila of El Salvador, Pacific FC making their debut, the Canadian Premier League champions from Canada, now seeded due to what Forge has done over the past 3 years. Of course, I'll be supporting them throughout this tournament. I want to see them do well. I will say that, of course. I wish it was Forge, but they didn't make it. Pot 2 in the preliminary round, the unseeded teams: CD Platense of El Salvador, Atletico Vega Real of the Dominican Republic, Real Esteli, Waterhouse FC of Jamaica, CSD Municipal of Guatemala, and Verdes FC of Belize. With the round of 16 pots, pot 1, the seeded teams in the round of 16, we have FC Motagua, finalists for last year from Honduras, CS Herediano, former champions from Costa Rica, CD Olympia, former champions from Honduras, Alianza FC of Panama. It's going to get weird in a second. Tauro FC of Panama, Diriahen FC, Alianza FC of El Salvador. Yeah, there's 2 Alianzas. And Costa Rica, 2 yet to be determined from the winner of their Clausura. Unless it's Alajuelense, then I guess it'll be the runner-up, or Alajuelense moves up a spot. I'm not sure what happens there. Cibao, pot 2, Cibao FC of the Dominican Republic, Malacateco of Guatemala, the winner of preliminary round 1, the winner of preliminary round 2, the winner of preliminary round 3, the winner of preliminary round 4, the winner of preliminary round 5, and the winner of preliminary round 6. Don't know how long it's going to take them to actually start the draw in CONCACAF. Of course, they start at 7 o'clock for their event, but when they actually start drawing the teams. Double blind system for this tournament. Hey, Ryan, want to see what type of bracket for CONCACAF League? And I was thinking about my favorite team from the Dominican Republic. Is it Atletico Vega Real or is it Cibao? Because I think that's all we have. Cibao. Can't wait to see this. This tournament blew me up 2 years ago. Really started blowing me up 2 years ago, 2020. So it's only right that we're here to cover the... It's on YouTube, CONCACAF's YouTube channel, TUDNA or CONCACAF's YouTube channel. Easy as you like. It shows up, so I'm sure. Yep, here we are. There we go. I hope Alianza get their cheeks clapped. El Salvadorian Alianza or Panamanian Alianza? That's the question. That's the question. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. Saludos. Yep, it's on CONCACAF's YouTube channel. That's the good news. Lovely. El Salvador. Okay. I don't think anybody hates Panamanian Alianza, but I'm not completely sure. And the live stream has started for this draw. I'm glad they put it on YouTube this year. Last year they had it on TUDNA, and it wasn't completely sure. They were showing Linea de Cuatro, and then like 30 minutes over, they switched it. Like they didn't even give it any what was it called? Anything. Either two, it's fine. I know everything about Sabao and Atletico Vega Real. Nice. Some Forge in the intro, but they're not even in this tournament. It's Pacific FC. Just avoid Mexican clubs for TFC. No, we have to worry about that in February. We have to worry about that like in December, okay? This is the league that qualifies the Central American teams. I would hope. I'd love to see Toronto in the CONCACAF League, though. They would win it. But that's like the Europa League. It'd be 100% easy. That draw we have to worry about in December, but first we have to beat Montreal, then beat York or Vancouver. Let's worry about that when we worry about that, okay? Let's worry about that when we get there. Couldn't even watch it on TUDNA last year. I could. Wait until February. No, that's when the tournament starts. December and January. December's the draw. Or maybe like mid-November, considering, everything's done. And they're probably not going to put some on in the middle of the World Cup. So in between the World Cup and the playoffs, what do we got? Probably the CONCACAF Champions League draw. Probably. We will beat Montreal and the others. I wish I had that much belief. I say we will. I'm not completely sure. Montreal's really good right now. Let's see how Toronto plays Red Bulls at the end of the international break. Then I'll make my decision of how actually full of belief I am. Not really. Yeah. But ready for this draw. Of course, they have to do their pomp and circumstance. It's on YouTube. Nice, exactly. They realize that for the English, the U.S. portion, it's probably on One Soccer in Canada, but because of Pacific. But when it comes to here, I missed one live stream, but I'm here. That Granada El Salvador game was kind of trash anyway. So you got to do what you got to do, frankly. You got to do what you got to do. So. I don't judge. Sometimes you have better shit to do than to see me waffle about a match that was, besides the goals, was sort of boring. So it is what it is. Won $300 on the sports books in the last 7 days. Sweet. Nice. That's a good way to have a week. I don't question. So, ready for the draw here. Well, seriously, Rebel, just turn on notifications. Sometimes, Brother BKL, YouTube's notifications suck. Even if you turn them on, sometimes they don't work. He's on every video, though, so they should. But I don't know. I don't deal with the technical part of things because, let's be honest, it's the quarterfinalists that go to the CCL. The semifinalists and the best two losing quarterfinalists. So there's a table. All four semifinalists go to CCL, and then the best two losing quarterfinalists on that table go. So had Forge not won their tie against Santos Aguapoles last year, I think they would have made it. But it would have been, they had to score those 3 goals. But they won, and then Santos made it because of the fact they came back on, and they were dominant against Verdes. So how the home sides are decided for the tournament in the semifinals and finals is also what decides the 2 teams that aren't semifinalists are going to the Champions League. So that table has another use in CONCACAF League. This is the last time it's going to need that use, but Missed out on a $190 payday because Germany messed up versus England. Damn VAR. Yeah, fair enough. Of course, they're showing a clip of Comunicaciones' run to the CONCACAF League Championship last year. Comunicaciones FC. Communications FC. They also should throw in the round of 16 in the quarterfinals against New York. Because, I mean, Comunicaciones... I see 904 hat trick in the chat for the CONCACAF League draw. I see him there. There you go. I can't believe Comunicaciones is back like that. Do you think these guys have back-to-back championship? Bad idea. No. Knowing CONCACAF League, there's always been this curse of not being able to win back-to-back. Comunicaciones is not winning back-to-back. I put my bottom dollar on it. Wouldn't it be crazy if there was a back-to-back champion to end the tournament? It would be crazy, but it's not going to happen. Comunicaciones Los Más Grandes de Guatemala. So 904 hat tricks, just changing tabs. Exactly. Watching the CONCACAF League draw. 904 hat trick, just changing tabs. Switching tabs. You love to see it. I'd rather see Municipal win out of Guatemala if it's me. Here we go. Jose Contreras bringing out the trophy. Captain of Comunicaciones putting the trophy on the stand. Will Canada show up versus Curacao tomorrow? They'll play. I'm not completely sure if they won't take a dive, knowing what the hell's going on. I don't think John Herdman would let them take a dive, but the players may not be letting him in on that little plan if they do take a dive, per se. So they'll play, if that's what you mean by show up. Oh, they're playing. Did they take a dive? I'm not completely sure. I'm Guatemalan, got to support my heritage. Oh, nice, nice. Nice. What's all about Alianza with different countries? Can someone tell me about them? Panama and El Salvador. Well, of course, Alianza is one of the biggest teams in El Salvador, but it's the Spanish way to say alliance. So I guess they're basically just calling themselves Alliance Football Club. Maybe there was a merger. I'm not completely sure. The preliminary round of the CONCACAF League starts on the 26th to the 28th of July. The 2nd and 4th of August is the second leg. The round of 16 is in... Both legs are in August. The quarterfinals, both legs are in September. The semifinals, both legs are in October. And then the finals, both legs are one leg's in October and the second leg's in November. Couldn't really tell with the damn chat covering it. Their chat, not mine. So the preliminary round, you have Costa Rica 3, Municipal, Real España, Sporting San Miguelito, Platense, Pacific Verdes, Waterhouse, Malacateco, Real Esteli, Atletico Vega Real, and CD Aguila. Costa Rica 1, Costa Rica 2. In the round of 16, Motagua, Olimpia, Alianza, Tauro, Diriagen, Alianza Panama, and El Salvador, Cibao, Comunicaciones. So whatever I wrote down was wrong from Wikipedia. So we'll just move on. FIFA should be team of the year should be Ukraine, just an own goal away from World Cup despite their issues. Well, hello. Oh, Olympia, I know them all. Is this true? Going back to see your own old relationship is watching an old movie all over again. Yeah, that would be true. Olympia, just leave it alone. Olympia, I know them well. So, turns out Wikipedia was wrong with the pots. So, we'll just go by what CONCACAF shows. Just got to get through 2 rounds and Los Cremas are back in CCL. They'll probably do that. I guarantee you they'll do that. I don't think they're going to fall flat on their face that much. Olympia are MLS killers. Yep. Walter Centeno, former Saprissa manager and player. Helps with the draw here. Olympia are MLS killers. Honestly, they sure are. Wiki almost anything off everything can come with good information, but it's sometimes off. The pots are different. Besides, Wikipedia is different from the bracket. I was reading 2022, so at least I knew Pacific was in the preliminary round. Yeah, but they had a year-long ban, and they served it. Basically means they were kicked out of the CONCACAF League, same as Inter Moengo Tapo. Inter Moengo Tapo played the Caribbean club Shield, so, and they made the final. Matias Tetamante helps with the draw here as well. We'll see how exactly this goes. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. So all I'm going to do is go through CONCACAF's pots and have those rounds. But thank goodness they're back. But I will say, Alajuelense is qualified for this tournament. It just depends if they win through the Clausura or the worst or the best aggregate team who hasn't won the league. 2 parts, preliminary round and the round of 16 draw. In the preliminary round, you have a 12-team draw with 2 pots. The top 6 teams in the ranking go in pot 1. And the non-seeded teams are in pot 2. And they will host the first leg of the preliminary round against the teams who are seeded. And then the second leg will be hosted by the seeded teams in the preliminary round. And the first team drawn will be assigned to position A in match 1, position A1 in match 1. And the other 5 clubs will go through the rest of the keys or the matches. If there's any league matchups, country protection is allowed or is used here. Same procedure for the round of preliminary round. No clubs from the same country can play each other in the preliminary round or round of 16. And the clubs in pot 1 will host the second leg in the first round. Once the preliminary round is drawn, those 6 winners will be thrown into the round of 16 draw. And then the higher seeded teams, the 8 highest seeded teams in the club ranking will be put into pot 3. And the 2 lowest ranked teams with the 6 preliminary round winners will be in pot 4. Yeah, exactly. That is counterintuitive, but some of the points that some of these preliminary round teams are better than round of 16 teams, but whatever. Pot 3, the higher ranked teams get drawn first into A1 to A8. And then pot 4 gets drawn into the next 8 pots, positions. Next 7 positions, then B1 to B8 will be drawn. And, of course, there will be country protection. For the knockout stages, the clubs of Pot 3 will host the second leg. And the winners of odd number series 1, 3, 5, and 7 host the second legs of the quarterfinals. And then the highest ranked teams, the highest ranked semifinalists and finalists will host the final. So that's when the table comes into play. In the 2022 Scotiabank CONCACAF League Draw is complete. All clubs will know their way to the final. So, now that we know that, we're going to start Pot 1 of the CONCACAF League Draw. So, here we go. So, here we go. Hit that like button. Let's get it going. That's what you should do. And then Pot 3 and 4 will be drawn after. Here we go. The draw has begun. Costa Rica 3, Municipal, Real España, Sporting San Miguelito, CD Platense, and Pacific are in Pot 1. And the first team to come out is CD Platense. CD Platense of Salvador. And the next team to come out for A2 is Costa Rica 3. So the Costa Rican team that doesn't win the Clausura, if it's not Alajuelense, will be CRC 3. Who is the third team to come out? It will be Real España of Honduras. The fourth team to come out, A4. Municipal, Sporting San Miguelito, and Pacific are left. Rip Platense. We'll see. And it is Sporting San Miguelito of Panama. And the fifth team, Pacific or Municipal. It is Pacific FC of Canada. And finally, that means CSD Municipal of Guatemala is the sixth team out. Rip Platense. Now for Pot 2, you have Aguila, Atletico Vega Real, Real Esteli, Malacateco, Waterhouse, and Verdez. So the first team out for B1 versus Platense will be Aguila, CD Aguila of El Salvador. So Platense versus, oh wait, that can't happen. No. Aguila goes to B2. Aguila goes to B2. So B1 will be Verdez. Platense versus Verdez. Platense versus Verdez. Yeah, I remembered. Like, I caught that. So CD Aguila is B2 against Costa Rica 3. So Platense Verdez, Aguila, Costa Rica 3. Number 3, Vega Real, Esteli, Malacateco, or Waterhouse. Real Esteli, which they can. We have Atletico Vega Real, Malacateco, and Waterhouse left for B4. Sporting San Miguelito, there will be no changes here. We got Malacateco. Sporting San Miguelito versus Malacateco. We got Atletico Vega Real or Waterhouse versus Pacific. Who will we have? I would rather have Vega Real, but we have Waterhouse versus Pacific. Waterhouse of Jamaica will be going to, which means we have Municipal versus Atletico Vega Real. So, Platense versus Verdes, Costa Rica 3 versus Aguila, Real España versus Real Estelí, Sporting San Miguelito versus Malacateco, Pacific FC versus Waterhouse FC, and CSD Municipal versus Atletico Vega Real in the preliminary round. Platense Verdes. And here we go for pot 3. And here we go. Montagua, CR Costa Rica 1, Olympia, Alianza, Panama, Tauro, Panama, Diriangen, Alianza, Salvador, Costa Rica, and Tauro of Panama is the first team out. Tauro of Panama is the first team out in A1. A2, who will it be in the round of 16 draw? The next team out is Motagua, FC Motagua, the finalists of last year. Next up for A3. It's basically the Europa League for CONCACAF, pretty much. Olympia of Honduras in A3. CB Olympia. The next team out for A4. Costa Rica 1, Alianza of Panama, Diriangen, Alianza of Salvador, and Costa Rica 2 is left, and we have Diriangen in A4. Diriangen FC. Next up is Costa Rica. We have Costa Rica 1, Alianza of Panama, Alianza of El Salvador, and Costa Rica 2. And Costa Rica 1 is in A5. We have Alianza of Panama, Alianza of El Salvador. Wouldn't it be crazy if they're like the same quartile? Costa Rica 2. Oh my God. We could have an Alianza versus Alianza match. Oh my God. Costa Rica 2. Costa Rica 2. We have a Costa Rica derby on the side of a bracket. We could have an Alianza derby on the side of the bracket. Holy crap. A7 is Alianza of Panama. God knew that was going to happen. He ain't playing. And then Alianza of El Salvador is in A8. So, here comes the pot 2 teams. Tauro, Motagua, Olympia, Diriahen, Costa Rica 1, Costa Rica 2, Alianza of Panama, Alianza of El Salvador, Sabao, Comunicaciones, and the preliminary round winners in pot 4. So who's playing who? The first team out is winner of preliminary round 4. Sporting San Miguelito or CD Malacateco will play Tauro in the round of 16, the winner of that tie. The next team out for B2, we have 5 preliminary rounds left, Sabao and Comunicaciones. Sabao FC will play Motagua. Sabao will play Motagua. They have to beat their opponents, but B3, Comunicaciones, and 5 preliminary round winners left. Please don't tell me Pacific gets Olympia. They could do anything else probably. And the winner of preliminary round 6 plays Olympia. Municipal or Atletico Vega Real will play Olympia. The winner of preliminary round 6. Municipal or Atletico Vega Real will play Olympia. 4 preliminary round winners left and Comunicaciones. And it's Comunicaciones versus Diriahen. Plays Diriahen. They should get an easy run here. 4 preliminary round winners left. Costa Rica 1. Most likely Herediano will play the winner of preliminary round 5, Pacific or Waterhouse. So most likely Herediano versus Pacific or Waterhouse in the round of 16. Costa Rica 2 will play the winner of preliminary round 1, 2, or 3. Who will it be? And it is preliminary round 3, which is Real España or Esteli. So the winner of Costa Rica 2 plays Real España or Real Esteli. We have preliminary round 1 and 2 left for the Alianzas. Preliminary round 2 winner plays the Panamanian Alianza. That is Costa Rica 3 or Aguila. And then the El Salvadoran Alianza will play Platense or Verdes. Preliminary round 1 winner. Well, there you go. So we might have Tauro versus Malacateco, Bulls versus Bulls. We also could have that. This is the final CONCACAF League. Yes, let's go. You got an easy one. So, again, for the preliminary round ties, you have Platense versus Verdes. CD Platense of El Salvador versus Verdes of Belize. Costa Rica 3 versus CD Aguila. Right now, that is Alajuelense. That could change. If Alajuelense wins the Clausura, that could change. But right now, it's Alajuelense and CRC3 as far as I could tell. Against Aguila, CD Aguila of El Salvador. Preliminary round 3, Real España of Honduras versus Real Esteli. Preliminary round 4, Sporting San Miguelito of Panama versus Malacateco of Guatemala, the champions of the Apertura. We're right there, Randy. Preliminary round 5, Pacific FC of Canada versus Waterhouse FC of Jamaica. So they should win that. Knowing how good Pacific is under James Merriman, I believe that's the case. They should at least get to the round of 16. And preliminary round 6 is CSD Municipal versus Atletico Vega Real. That takes us to the round of 16 ties. Round of 16-1. You have Tauro FC of Panama versus Sporting San Miguelito or CSD Municipal. Preliminary round 6 winners. So we could have a Panamanian derby. Or Municipal plays Tauro, and I actually like Municipal's chances there. But Sabao will face And then round of 16-2, you have Motagua, FC Motagua of Honduras versus Sabao of the Dominican Republic. I think we know where that's going. Atletico Vega Real will be facing Municipal. No. Oh. Sporting San Miguelito, CD Malacateco. I got it now. That's what I did. Tauro FC versus Sporting San Miguelito versus CD Malacateco. I made a mistake there. So we could have a Bulls derby or a Panamanian derby. There we go. Then round of 16-2, Motagua versus Sabao. Then round of 16-3, CD Olympia versus the winner of Municipal versus Atletico Vega Real. Maybe Municipal could beat Olympia. I'm not so sure about Atletico Vega Real. Round of 16-4, Diriahen FC versus Comunicaciones, the winners. That should be hard for Diriahen, but I think that's what 904 Hat Trick wanted. Round of 16-5, Costa Rica won, which right now it looks like Herediano for that spot versus Pacific or Waterhouse, which that's probably the most beatable of the Costa Rican teams right now out of all of them, probably. But we got to see what we get there. Round of 16-6, Costa Rica 2 versus España, Real España or Real Esteli. It'll be the winner of the Clausura. Could be Alajuelense, could be Saprissa, could be, was it somebody else, but Herediano's also in the semis, so they'll have their spot. Alajuelense and Herediano are known to be in the CONCACAF League. Saprissa still has to qualify in some way, shape, or form. Round of 16-7, Alianza of Panama versus Costa Rica 3 or CD Aguila. So Alajuelense or Aguila, most likely. Unless they win their Clausura, then they'll be the second, and then somebody else will be 3. Which is why I guess they made them all 1, 2, 3, but we know 2 of the teams who are in already, which CONCACAF even said that themselves. Round of 16-8, El Salvador's Alianza versus the winner of Platense and Verdes. So let's just take a shot at this. Let's just take a shot at this bracket as it is now. Looking at it. For preliminary round 1, we have Platense versus Verdes. I have Platense beating Verdes into playing Alianza in round of 16-8, match 8. Then for preliminary round 2, Alajuelense versus Aguila. That's where we'll go. I have Alajuelense playing Alianza of Panama. That'll probably end their run. That'll probably end the hope for the derby. In round 7, in round of 16-7, preliminary round 3. Oh, they had this. Okay. Preliminary round 3 for Costa Rica 2, which could be, let's just say Saprissa for argument's sake right now. Let's just say that for argument's sake right now. We have preliminary round 3, Real Esteli versus Real España. I have Real Esteli versus Saprissa, just for argument's sake. Preliminary round 4, I have Sporting San Miguelito versus Malacateco. I have Malacateco. So they go on and play Tauro. We have Pacific versus Waterhouse. They would play the winner of Costa Rica 1, which is Herediano. I have Pacific versus Herediano in 5. Preliminary round 6, Municipal Vega Real. I have Municipal playing Olympia. So Tauro versus Malacateco. I have Tauro going to the quarterfinals and hosting the second leg. I have Motagua over Sabao. So Tauro versus Motagua in the quarterfinals. Olympia over Municipal. I have Olympia versus Comunicaciones in the quarterfinals. I have Herediano versus Pacific. I say Pacific goes to the quarterfinals. We have Saprissa versus Esteli, for argument's sake. I have Saprissa. So Pacific Saprissa, argument's sake. I don't know if that'll happen, but we're just going there. I hope so, but it probably won't happen. Just argument's sake. We'll just say Saprissa has 2 right now. They may not, but they'll probably win the Clausura anyway. We know, right? We have Alianza of Panama versus Alajuelense, as it stands, I have Alajuelense and Alianza of El Salvador versus Platense. I have Alianza of El Salvador going through, which means Tauro versus Motagua. I have Motagua going to the semifinals. I have Olimpia versus Comunicaciones in the quarters. I have Olimpia going to the semifinals versus Tauro. I have Pacific versus Saprissa. Saprissa goes to the semis. And then Alianza versus Alajuelense. I have Alajuelense. So we have Olimpia versus Motagua and Alajuelense versus Saprissa. Argument's sake, by the way, I have Olimpia versus Alajuelense in the final, and I have Olimpia winning the final CONCACAF League, if we're going to go through all that. Just looking at it right now. Now, that may not be the case. Saprissa may not even make it. But where Alajuelense may win the Liga, Clausura, and then Saprissa gets 3. So who knows? Or may not be them, aggregate-wise. But argument's sake, I say it's very likely Saprissa wins the Clausura. And Alajuelense kind of is a little bit soft on it because, they're already in pretty much. So, with that being said, thank you for watching this stream. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that super chat button, send super chats on the live streams, send comment on this video, put this in play, share some friends and family, all that great stuff. I will recap the draw as it is on a video. So RSR is going to come out recapping the draw. Be out within the hour. I'll see you then. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. May the best team win. May the odds be ever in your favor. I'll see you in late July, early August for the preliminary round of this tournament. If you're not going to be here for MLS games or anything else, we'll see how that one goes. But I'll see you for that. I'm out. Peace. May the best team win.